got a couple of scholarships actually, and I chose the one I wanted, which was in music, and then I went off to music school, and I had a very nice career in the music business. So if you have even the worst karma, you can create better karma by changing your intelligence, changing your consciousness, changing your knowledge. You see? Even in a material sense, that's perfectly true. What to speak of in a spiritual sense? Simply by cultivating spiritual consciousness, you can create opportunities for spiritual advancement where there are none. Even in a life which is, materially condemned for any number of reasons, you can create opportunities if you're sincere. What's stated in Nectar of Devotion is that the cause of spiritual advancement is desire. Your sincere desire. If you really want the absolute truth, Krishna will arrange to reveal it to you. Krishna will send his representative, either through a book, through a website, through a video, or some other way, through a friend, or, who knows? He's very original. He's very creative. He can come up with all kinds of things. I heard a story one time from a devotee. I used to have this hobby. When I was a devotee and I was in ISKCON and like that, I would ask devotees, how did you come to Krishna consciousness? And this one devotee told me a story that was just amazing. He said, I was very depressed. I was at the end of my rope. And what happened to it? Something, his brother died or something like that. His brother, or his father died, I think it was. His father died and he was really depressed. It's nothing like your parents dying to make you aware of how fragile this life is, and that we're all mortal and stuff like that. So anyway, he was contemplating all these things, and he became very depressed because he didn't have any solution. One of the causes of depression is if you have a problem that you can't solve, isn't it? You have a problem, but you don't know how to solve the problem. So you become depressed, and he was depressed, and he was drinking, and he had decided he was going to commit suicide. So he's sitting there with the whiskey on the table and the gun sitting on the table, and he's really in a bad mood. And I think he said he was in his brother's, he was in his brother's house. He wasn't even in his own house, he was at his brother's house. And his brother and his wife, the brother's wife, were away on vacation. So he had the whole place to himself. He was all alone, drunk, sad, the gun's on the table. He's like ready to do it, right? He's just like passing his last night alone. And they had a shelf of books that ran all the way, like just under the ceiling of the room, all the way around the room. And he was just sort of like looking at these books, and he sees this one book, it says Bhagavad-gītā. He goes, I wonder what that's all about. I've never heard of that book. What is that? And he goes and he picks up the book off the shelf. He starts reading, and he's like, wow. and he passes through the whole night, and the sun is coming up in the morning. He's still reading. After that, he forgot all about the bottle, he just throws the bottle away, takes the gun and puts it away, and he keeps reading. He found the solution to his problem. It's everybody's problem, that we have to die, or that our loved ones have to die, or that, something in this world that we're attached to has to go away. It's everybody's problem. Everyone is suffering because of that. You think you're the only one? No, it's everybody. So Bhagavad-gītā indeed has the solution for that problem, because it has the key to eternal life. Right there in the second chapter. And then from there it gets better. Eternal life, that's easy. Huh? We can handle that in the second chapter. It's a joke, Christian. Hey, the boss told a joke, you know what I mean? All right. Oh boy. It's like, look at me. No, don't look at me. Oh, Krishna. We like to make fun of cults, you know. Some people think we're a cult. I think they actually have a subconscious desire to join a cult. But we actually don't want those kind of people. So we just say, yeah, we're a cult, whatever, you know, get out of here. But anyway, Bhagavad-gītā has the answer. And I forget now, what was the question?
The question was about whether karma follows the body.
Oh, yeah. So when a person is suicidal and like that, this means they're suffering under a heavy load of karma. Unbearable. But of course, if they don't go ahead and kill themselves, then there's even worse karma, and the next life is even more difficult. You know, you think this Earth planet is the worst that things can get? I got news for you. You haven't read Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. You know, I got good news and I got bad news. The heavenly planets are much, much nicer than this Earth planet. And the hellish planets are much, much worse. So don't do something that would cause you to lose this human form of life and go to those places, because they're horrible. Horrible. So anyway, we have the key. Any result that you get from devotional service is eternal, because devotional service itself is eternal. And of course, Krishna is eternal because he's spiritual. That's the difference between matter and spirit. Matter is temporary and spirit is eternal. You know, it's the simplest thing, but it has very, very profound consequences.